वेलकम फ्रेंड्स। आज हम देखेंगे SSD बेसिक्स। SSD, what is an SSD and NVMe basic steps. So today's our topic is on SSD NVMe. You can see the SSD are coming like this, with the casing of like this. Inside you can find this type of SSDs. Okay, this type of SSD is found inside. So it is now very easy, very short. It has been come. Before that, hard disk is come is a small hard disk. It is come like on this 2.5 inch size. But nowadays SSD come like this. Okay, so how to identify what is a type of SSD, that we will show you in this hard disk. This is your first chapter of SSD basics. So there are 3.5 inch big desktop hard disk and 2.5 inch for laptop hard disk, like that M.2 SSD, 2.5 inch SSD. The hard disks are look very thin like this, and SSD also coming 2.5, 1.8, M SATA and M.2. There is different size of SSD. What is the difference between hard disk and SSD? Hard disk have a moving items and it is a static items. It use a magnetic to store the data, and it use the flash memory to store the data. The magnetic non-volatile data storage, it is slower, it is faster, like that difference are there in SSD. And when you open the SSD, it will be look like this small one. Inside half it will be occupied and it will be light in weight, because it is a PCB, not a moving items. Hard disk is in a weight, but it is normal. So these are the SSD, and it has a power connection and SATA connections. And here is your see the controller, and 2 or 4 or 1 ICs are there, and one crystal and switching section. Power related issues are there. So in a SSD, it control like this, one controller, and flash ROM it is controlling with the help of buffer. Sometime buffer come in SSD controller, and nowadays flash and controller both combine in one ICs. So there is different. So this is your controller. In older RAM is there, and controller ICs are there, and the NAND chips are there. They all are the BGA components. So it is soldered on the top, and bottom there is nothing. So this is your NVMe connections. Okay, so NVMe you can found like this. NVMe type M.2 SATA SSD, M2 M SATA SSD, like that. So these are the NVMe type, and SSD you have already seen SSD and NVMe. There are different size of NVMe coming in the factors. Normally we are using 2280. 2280. What is the meaning of 2280? That we have to understand. 2280 means what? So 22 is the first two measurement of the thickness. So 22 means multimeter width. So it is a multimeter width of 22. So you can see 22 is like this health, and 80 is like this size. So it is 2280. 2260 means smaller. This is very thin, 16 millimeter and 30 height, like this. So this is its size indication. Normally we are using this, but in some laptop it will be found this type of small NVMe. Okay. So 2060, other non-popular brand also there. Big, small, no difference. All our function is same, but if it is big, it is good. For small, it will be more heating, and these problems will come. Small SSD heating time to time degrade and damage. That time the manufacture is less. So nowadays only normally we are using in desktop this, and if it is laptop we can use a small one. Okay. So these are the different size. Some are coming with this key, some is coming with this key, M key, B key, and both B and M key. You can see here M key, B key. So these are the pointer what is showing. So some are coming with B key and M key. These are two controller of B key, M key. First of all, we see the module number, how it's and identify. The first width is width, then length. Okay, first type of width, length, then label, then key, and then pin. So these are indication the type of model number. Like this here 2, 3, 4, 6. So these are the product name of the Toshiba NVMe number. Now we will see the laptop there is a small NVMe also there and big also there. There is a slot in desktop motherboard, you will find a slot like this, M.2 slots. Some motherboards have 2 slots, some motherboards have 1 slots also. So what is that? This is your M key, is this notch is M key for that M.2 AHCI NVMe or M.2 NVMe SSD for M key and B key both. So here you can see one notch, here are the 2 notch. Sometime here or like that M.2 SATA PCB like that. So there are SATA interface, SSD are SATA, PCIe and NVMe. Okay, 3 different connections are there. You can check the SATA, it will be normally like that, but U.2 it will be look like this. 2.5 inch SSD. How to pin count? The pin count are counting from here 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and is a B key, and here is both M key and B key both are there. So you can check, the first is your M key and B key. The pointers are here. So here is only M key, B key and M key. These are the key, is very important to identify which NVMe you are using. We can count the pin number from here, that is a B key, first pin here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that pin number we have. One side only power, one side ground, like pin, every pin has an important values that we will see on later on, but these pins are to be connected properly, then it will work. So here you can identify B key, here is the first pin, this arrow means it is the first pin. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, this is back side of this. So I have shown 2 photos and give the number of the pin number. So up to 11 is there, then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, up to is on B key, and from here 20, 21 like that. Here also 57, 58, then 59 not there, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 67, here the number has come. So they have skipped this M key and B key pins. The number are given like this. And you can check here, some here's are the power pin, backside are power pin, here are ground pin. These also all our pin are important. So to identify it is a firmware issues, software issues or hardware issues, we can have to find the pin values that we will see later on the PCB related. Here are the RxTx values. These are 6 pins are the RxTx. Here mainly power related issues are here, ground and VCC. Next. On the motherboard also you can identify the P key or it is a M key or PT, which key is there. So you can identify through that M key or B key. So SSD there is a 2-3 forms of factory, SATA, SATA PCI, PCI NVMe and SATA, mSATA. How it store the data? It is controlling as a MOSFET like that, charge trap. These are the technology how the data is stored in the NVMe. Now NVMe naming conversions, NVMe, there is a types of storage. One is an MLC, TLC, QLC. That is a single level cell, that is only one cell will be stored at a time. Multi-level means 2 code, up to 4 digit will be used, and 3 digit triple, that is combination is up to here, and 4 that is combination is here, and now the penta level cells also coming in the storage. So here is high density, lower cost, and is a high performance, durability is high. Like you see in hard disk SMR drives, there is storage more complicated, then the problems comes more like that. So if it is less complicated, less storage capacity, then its strongness is high like that. So here a single, that is a 2 level, 0 or 1. Here 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2 options are 4 level, multi level, triple level, quad level. This is your storage. How to identify it is an MLC, TLC or QLC, that we have to identify with the model name. Here it is written Samsung Pro is MLC, 2-bit MLC is written here. So you can identify this, and Samsung QVO is a QLC, that is a 4-bit MLC. QVO, you can see here QVO, this model is 4-bit MLC and this model is, okay, this is a Pro and it is a MLC. So you can identify this model with that, how many bits are stored in that. Okay. Now you can watch this video. They have explained very deeply about the SSD function, how they are functioning, how the controller. You can select this and you can watch the videos. It has explaining how the NAND store the data, what are the row, what are the block, what is a page, what is a memory cell, 3-bit. If you understand this video you have to watch. In that they have explained this. This is a branch education videos. You can watch this video. Here he is explaining all the detail about how the data is stored in the NAND. So this you have to find the storage. See, the SSD control the NAND chip, and every data is stored through here to here, every chip, where it is storing and how it's retrieving, that is there. And every chip has an like this layers are there. So this is very important. How connect with the server and 18 DRAM chips, these are controlling. Next, nowadays NVMe, I already tell you that is a P key, M key, all this is the normal connections. But in some IC you will found the controller IC, RAM and the NAND IC. Then there here is a 448 chips are there, but in some IC when you see the NVMe it will be look like this. Okay, to only one ICs, and nowadays controller are inbuilt of NAND also. So you can check, there is too many SSD NVMe we have stocks. So you can found this type of NVMe also coming, that is single chip. You can see here. Okay, only one NAND, it is include controller, only power section is different. So some ICs has only power section are different, and some has an controller plus ICs are there. So these are the different NVMe chips are there. Here also you can check the controller and old NVMe, you can found this type of. So these we have different NVMe's for practice. Here also you can check the controller, one crystal, one power IC and switching section. So power IC section we will see later on second chapter, that is a PCB related issues, how to identify its open, close and how many pins are there, that we will see on the next chapter. But here I am explaining the basic concept, how to identify NVMe and what are the P key, M key, now what are the controller numbers. The main controlling is a controller. If any firmware issues or something issues are there, we have to find out the controller number. Through that we can do the flash. What types of controllers are there? One main controller is silicon motion. One more item is silicon motion. Second is a Fission, Realtek, InnoGrid, Samsung, Geonix, Marvell, Maxitech, Indialix. Then another too many Yester is also there. Then Maxitech also there, OCZ and Marvell. These all are the controllers we have. So we have list out the some controller type. Some controller numbers are there. See, Silicon Motions, they have SM223644, 22464654. These are the controller number. You have to find out the controller number first. When you go to PC3000 MRT, if controller support, then you can update the firmware also. So this controller is important. This is normal controller and this is only supported in portable, PC3000 portable. So we have to first find out for the firmware, we have to see the controller, which controllers are there. Standard controller have options for repair, but Chinese or another controller will not help you. So you have a Fission, they have these tables are there. This support in portable only, and UDMA MRT they are supporting this Fission. Marvell also there, Samsung, Maxitech, these all are the portable they are supporting. Next portion, some another normal controller are there, that is HP, AS, TC, Quartz, HP, these are the normal. And another three model, that is InnoGrid, Yester or Realtek are there. They are not supported in any tool till now, because they have too much complicated ECC correction and all those things, so they are not supported now. Some another softwares are there that will work for that, Yester or InnoGrid, you can use that. Okay, so these are the controller types what we have. This is a basic introduction about the SSD pen drive. And second portion we will go advanced level, that is we will go on the PCB, and that is pin out, how to repair, what are the power section, that we will show you. So here is a basic introduction about the SSD and NVMe. What is a P key, M key, pin out detail, and controller type, how to identify controller, that is we have explained you. Okay, thank you.